Hi, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday, April 25th. Um, yeah, Dr. Stavros here. Just finished my live session with my students. We meet every Tuesday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Central. So I just wanted to jump on for a few moments, see how everybody's doing, to answer any kind of questions you guys might have for step one, for step two, for NBME training, school comp, whatever it is, anything and everything. Point is, I'm here for you guys. I love what I do, and I have multiple screens running. So if you see me, look to the left. But yeah, so we just had immunology this morning. We updated our curriculum to 9 weeks. So basically, every Tuesday, every Thursday, we'll be joined by our students. Live sessions where I use Amboss, which I really love because of the quality and because of the results I see with students, seeing students do very, very well, for them to do well in a short time frame. So I want to be accessible to everyone that follows me on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. So tell me where you guys are from. I'm from New York. I'm flying to New York actually tomorrow for about a few weeks for some business and some family. I'll be back in the Midwest. If you're studying for STEP, a couple things to keep in mind. It's challenging, it's stressful, it's a lot to do, right? You don't want to attack this exam basically like you do med school, because you're taking 2 years of basic sciences and you're cramming it into one exam. Students who jump on with me every Tuesday, Thursday, I show techniques, high yield areas of information where the points are at. And you'll see these videos that I have my team, my social media team, drip in YouTube and also drip on my Instagram profile. Heads up, by the way, when you guys reach out to me, it's typically not me responding because I'm either in sessions, traveling, working with students one-on-one. Many students I work with consultations. They sign up for an hour consultation. I meet with them, whether it's step one, step two, step three. I figure out what the issue is, because I don't want you all to, especially if you're studying for this exam, to waste time and money, right? People spend 6 months to a year studying, then they realize they're using the wrong resources, they're using the wrong Q bank for them. You can't get back the time. Money you can make eventually, right? But time is what I see people waste, and I don't want you guys to waste time. So many students jump on, they work with me for an hour, and I assess their strengths and weaknesses and set up a nice plan so they can figure out exactly what they need to do. Because, guys, there's a lot of resources. I keep saying online med ed, my favorite. Videos are great. It takes time drawing it on the board. Boards and Beyond, phenomenal. A little more faster because they're PowerPoints, right? I mean, the content is amazing too. QBanks, Amboss versus UWorld, I love them both, but use them for different reasons. So if you have any questions, ask questions on social media. I'm seeing everything here. So any questions you have, please. Here I am, right? There it is. There's that smiley face. I put it there. I'll be jumping on throughout the week, live in the morning, in the afternoon, based upon my schedule, because I know most of you here are either, obviously in the States or overseas. So my business is 24/7. So anytime I can post, there's going to be some response, either from Europe, from Asia, from Africa, from South America, from next door and whatnot, right? What was the first resource, please? Yeah, I mean, online med ed, OME. The videos are amazing because, again, if your content is not strong, let's say most of you finished med school, practicing, and you want to get into the system, right? You can't use first aid to learn everything. It's a really, really thick book. I mean, I show students in my live sessions, and I show students in my QBank video library how to use a first aid, because, guys, I'm like you. I'm not AI, right? I'm live, and I know what you guys are going through, right? So you have to understand the first aid is a thick book, man. It gets thicker and thicker every year. I love it, but it's intimidating. That's why I show my students, and also you guys see the videos on Instagram, my Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. My team is posting it everywhere. TikTok. You see how I use the first aid. Right? So If you're trying to cram it all in, it's impossible. If you're trying to memorize everything, impossible. It's not going to happen. I can promise you it's not going to happen. Right? So if you're studying 6+ months and you're home all day studying, that's a lot of time spent. And if you don't see the numbers rise in your Q bank, must be a reason. That's the problem. A lot of you, I'm telling you, a lot of you guys, and girls, you go to Reddit, I'm on there too, and you use resources other people talk about. Problem is, it's not work. It doesn't work for you. So what I try to do in my live sessions, which I just had one 8 o'clock this morning, 8 to 9, 9:15, I went over immunology and showed my students, certain areas in immunology that they can focus on. I also share my links with them. So I create links in Amboss, specific questions that I think will pop up on step 1, because the concepts are the same, right? Hypersensitivity, transplant, so on. But I show them what they have to focus on, not to make it faster, to be more efficient. Some of you might need 3-4 months. Some of you might need 1 month. I have doctors, actually have 2 this before I fly out to New York, 2 consultations, 1 hour each, 1 step 1, 1 step 2. They're like, hey man, I need help. I'm like, all right, well, so I'm gonna meet up with them this afternoon, and they fill out a form, right? So one failed once before, one can't pass their assessments, and I'll throw them through a couple of quick scenarios and figure out exactly where they're slacking, right? Where's the deficiency? Is it the content or is it test taking? And then I'll put a plan together, a specific plan. So then I'll say, all the best. You want more help? Let me know. If not, I think it's going to be sufficient enough for them to know what resources they should use. Because most of you, they buy everything, download everything from friends, and I don't know what to use and how to use it. All right, Dr. Slicktrav, do you think if I know all the info from UWorld, would enough to ace step 1? I think so. I think it's slacking a little bit. To answer that question, yes, no. I think your Q bank, UWorld is a phenomenal Q bank, is a lot of information. I know there's resources out there specifically on explanation. So to answer your question, if you can score 65 to 70% consistently on UWorld questions, you'll be good to go. I'm not sure if it's lagging the live video. If it is, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what to do. It's Wi-Fi. So if you are studying UWorld, you'll be good to go. If you are studying the explanations, please don't just memorize. I think it's beneficial to take your time, do focus questions, and then do mixed. But UWorld is great. UWorld has a lot of questions in them. So to answer your question, I would focus on the assessment tests that UWorld has to offer. And then I would, hey, Dr. Sergio, thanks, man. Thank you so much. I hope you had a wonderful honeymoon, you and your wife. I went to his wedding in Colombia. He's a very good friend of mine. We studied step 1 together. I helped him with step 2. He matched in his preferred specialty, and now he's going to be starting residency in July. And this is what I love to see. I love to connect with people that I know well, because when you work with me, we become good friends. Many we do. We stay in contact. So Sergio, you're the best, man. Hope you had a wonderful time with your honeymoon. So ideally, when you're studying, UWorld is awesome, but the problem is many people just jump to UWorld. And I would say if you're trying to figure out what to use first, I would strongly suggest to use Amboss first to learn why you're not connecting. They have a lot of different tools to help you with the key findings, attending tips, to help you think why and show you why you get in them right or wrong, right? Then after that, you can go and play in UWorld, okay? Love you too, man. Love you too. Listen, you worked hard. We did it together, but you did everything you had to do, and that's why you're matched, and now you're starting residency in July, and we'll get you to take step 3 hopefully before then. But it's all about a team effort and teamwork, and that's why I love you, man. So thank you, Sergio, Dr. Sergio. So yeah, UWorld is awesome, but I would use Amboss first. If you're using UWorld, please use it. Use the QBank, but don't keep doing the QBank over and over again. My biggest pet peeve is people tell me, yeah, I went ahead and I'm doing corrects over and over and over and over again. So you're doing the same case, but you're not really realizing why you're getting it wrong. So you'll have a falsified score, false positive. You score 72, 68 on the third round of doing it again. That's not your real score. So if you're using UWorld, go through everything. One bit of advice: if you're going to get anything from here, please ask yourself why you're getting the questions wrong. That's it. If you say, I'm going to find out why I'm getting it wrong, you're going to come either to content or test taking. And if you do that, my friends, you'll be able to understand and do very, very well. All right. So if you have any questions, please ask here before I jump off. And again, you'll see me throughout the week, probably tomorrow, maybe Thursday, maybe Friday. If you follow me on social media, you'll get the alert. Again, for now, I'm just building some more traction because my schedule is very busy. I work with different medical schools and hospitals. Trying to get, they reach out to me. I talk to their students. Many students are failing step one. So because of that, I'm helping schools build a certain curriculum to help them train their students. Because you shouldn't fail step one, especially because I know a lot of you are studying a lot and you're dedicating a lot of time. So the students that I have that work with me, we see them twice a week, every Tuesday, Thursday. They have access to all my resources and they get the idea. So you'll join Sergio eventually and you'll take step one and pass. You'll score very high on step two. And then you feel happy because the match process starts every September of every year. And then you'll join the ranks of residency and move on. So if you have any questions, guys, please ask. I'm here, unfiltered, direct access to me. What does it say? Strong enough to wake the dead. Yeah, I love coffee. Had a great time at Sergio's wedding. Sergio's wedding was awesome in Colombia. Ooh, it was probably one of the best weddings I've ever been. Probably top two was probably top hospital. Hey, Doc. Top wedding, sorry. Hey, Doc, this is Corrado, colleague texting from Italy. Hi, my friend. I'm a pediatrician. Awesome. Congrats. Here in Italy, we have residency tests that mix step one, step two. Do you think your method could be useful? I think so, because I've trained. First of all, very nice meeting you. Thank you for jumping on. Congratulations being a pediatrician. That's a beautiful specialty. I work with many doctors. I do know many in Italy, Greece, and Poland, specifically in Germany. And many students and physicians are either taking physically step or taking something similar, right? So ideally, the test taking strategies that I advocate, that I suggest, that I teach, you can use for step one, step two, step three. I have doctors I train who are taking fellowship tests, so, neonatology. It's basically, content is going to be always different, right? Step one will be step one material. Step two will be more clinical knowledge. Step three, even further, and so on. But there's a reason why you're not getting the questions right? Or else you wouldn't need me. You wouldn't be on here. So I would say, reach out to me, reach out to my team, and we could set up a call sometime later this week or next week, and we can see what I can do to help you. Ideally, if you're studying it, taking time to study for it, you have to see how you're doing on the questions. But typically, I focus 80% of my teaching on how to be a better test taker through question scenarios. And because I work extensively with step one, step two, step three, DO schools, I've worked with many nurses before, because it's the same concept. It's test taking, right? I see patterns. The patterns that I see, I give to you. So I had a good friend at one point, respiratory therapist. He was working on an exam. I was out of my league, but I reviewed the material with him. And I said, okay, let me show you the patterns I see. And I spent about 2 weeks with him, 3 times a week. And I showed him the patterns of the material that he provided to me. And not only was he able to retain it faster, but he killed the exam, because it's just patterns, right? It's repetition and pattern. So looking forward to meeting you, Doc. Very nice meeting you. Italy's beautiful. Love to go. I was in Greece. I usually go to Greece every year. This year I might not go, but I might go next year for Easter. So very nice meeting you, Doctor, and I hope I can work with you. We can work together. Reach out to my team, send me a message, and we'll go from there. Love to help you the best way I can. I'm also curious because, whether we're in the States here or Europe, I do know the students that I work with, German medical students, Polish physicians, many universities are implementing USMLE, because They know it's challenging, and medicine is medicine wherever you go. It's the same type of medicine. Stavros, very nice to see the name Stavros. But that's the whole point why I'm here. You'll see me post videos, yes. You'll see me post many videos, yes. Why? Showing you the game. Ideally, if you're spending lots of money for certain courses, do your research. I know many courses, and I only suggest what I know works best for the masses, right? Many people use many resources, no problem. Don't follow everyone. Make sure you do your research, whether I can help you, whether I can help you indirectly. You know me. If you don't know me, you know that I do my best to help everybody. Because I know money is you work hard for your money, and many people are students and you don't have the money yet. And all the money goes into the education and the exam. So it's a shame to spend lots of money and not get the results you want. That's why my monthly membership is very low. Students who join, they pay a monthly membership. It's $49 a month, have access to everything I provide. And now with $49 a month, you have access to the live sessions, access to the QBank videos, which always expand and they get updated, and I keep adding questions. Because I was a student like you, I know most of you aren't working. And if you are, you have bills and expenses. To spend thousands on a course and not see results, I have been there, and it's upsetting. So I will help you every way I can. Chris, my friend, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for that link. Jump on board, jump on and work with us. You have nothing to lose, everything to gain. And after a month or two, if you don't see anything you like, you just jump off. But clearly, I can promise you, everyone who implements what I do and what we do, they have more clarity. They know what resources they should use. And then they just got to do the work. And if you want accountability, man, jump on twice a week, every Tuesday, every Thursday morning. I got people from the West Coast, people who wake up to join me because they go, you get me up out of bed. Kalimera Fotini Posise, good morning, good to see you. So, good afternoon, she's in Greece. And that's why I'm trying to say the biggest pitfalls are discipline. Many students can't stay in routine. They don't have a study plan. So discipline, you got me. I keep you in check. Study plan, you don't have one. I have a study plan 3 months. Just heads up, at one point I had about 340 students I was coaching at one time. Had a team of physicians to keep the messaging going, but I was overseeing everyone. And a little spoiler alert, it's not difficult for me because it's a similar study plan, different time frame. Same sequence of what to follow, different time frame. You might need 2 weeks for cardio, excessive. Some person might need 2 days for cardio. So you get a study plan with me, you get discipline, and you get accountability, and you get clarity. And you also get a team of medical students and physicians who join you on these sessions. Because if you need study partners, I vet them all. I vet everybody. I know all my students. So if you need a study partner, I'll help you with that too. Yeah, awesome. Doctor, I follow you from a while now. Thank you. With your program, how many times needed to prepare for step 1? How many time? How much hours a day is good to match? 26. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for following me. Yeah, it means a lot. I'll try to answer your question in this time frame. Step 1 typically needs, if you can dedicate, and this is a baseline because everyone out here is different, right? Some people are in med school. Some people are physicians who are practicing now, who have to go back a step and be a student. Some people are working full-time, part-time, have kids. So I'm going to give you the baseline, the control. If you have a medical student, someone who can dedicate 8 to 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, 1 day off, right? Family, friends, relax, reset. 6 days a week, 8 hours a day with structure, routine, 3 to 5 months, the most 5 months, because maybe your content is not strong. You have to understand, I can't compare A to B to C. If your content is poor, it's not that good, it'll take longer to understand the material. Makes sense. If your content is good, but your test taking needs work, you put more emphasis on that. So if you can dedicate 3 to 5 months the most, ideally 3 to 4 months, right? Your content is decent, I can promise you can pass step 1. To match for 26, you need to take step 2 also. A lot of students like Dr. Sergio, medical student. He took step 1, had to go through rotations, take step 2 later in his medical school career. Many doctors that I work with are not medical students, they're physicians, right? It's kind of a blessing for them and a curse because they're not in the system because they're practicing to a point, but they have to take step 1. So many students that I work with who are physicians like that, 3 months step 1, immediately jump into step 2 because you're not in school, another 3 months. So you're cutting it short, doctor, but reach out to me, man, and reach out to me, doctor, and we'll see if we can work together because you can work with step 1, try to pass it, hopefully less than 3 months. All depends upon your basic science foundation. I know some students I can't work with because they're so weak in the systems that it takes time for them to learn everything again. I'm sorry, you can't see patients if you don't know the medicine, right? So to answer your question, it's very doable. I've had a few students I've worked with back-to-back, step 1, step 2, one-on-one coaching, which is something that I have usually 3 to 4 clients or students, physicians I work with monthly. So I would work with you for 3 months, boom, boom, boom. And then at that point, we jump into step 2 CK. And based upon your foundation and your background, we could probably get you done before September. It all depends upon your foundation. So I hope that answers your question. Dr. Corrado, oh, you're so kind and gentle. I'll text you. Yeah, definitely, Doc, please. I'm here to spread the message, right? Whether you jump on my live sessions twice a week, whether you have access to my QBank video library, which people are jumping on every week. People are buying, jumping on, accessing these videos. Whether you want that 1-hour consultation where I can sit with you for an hour so you don't feel lost. Or some people say, hey, I want you side by side, 24/7 access, which you do have if you work with me privately one-on-one. I help you as well. The link was provided by Dr. Chris over there. You can definitely access it. We're always accessible, guys. There's no excuse here. There's no reason not to reach out to me. You have social media, you have my email, you have everything, and you have our website. I'm a 30-year medical student in Europe. Very nice. What should I do differently compared to students from US? Typically, European med schools go longer than American med schools, right? It's going to be 6 years plus. So there's really nothing different to do. It's just going to take you a little longer because for us here in the States, 4 years medical school, 2-year basic sciences, 2 years clinical medicine, right? You're in the hospitals. So there's nothing different. It'll take you a little longer. You can't study for micro if you haven't done micro. You can't study for organ systems if you really haven't. It'll be a little more difficult to do it. So I have a few students now in Germany, Poland, and Greece that they stick with us. They watch the sessions. They jump on if they could, or they watch the recordings after, because every live session that we have Tuesdays and Thursdays, which I just had earlier today, it's recorded and it's archived. So you have access to it, right? Those students are going to class, learning medicine. That's what med school is, right? And they're using the live sessions that I do, the QBank videos they have access to, and first aid to say, okay, I'm doing my microbiology. I'm learning bacteria. I'm using first aid. I'm using your videos, Dr. Stavros. I'm learning slowly the technique. And you have to ask yourself, if you have to take USMLE. If you don't have to take USMLE, students still use these techniques because whatever exam you're taking, it's test taking, right? You just got to learn the style of questions that you have to answer and adapt. That's why we do questions. Don't do what I did in med school. I basically was told do 200 to 300 questions a day. Problem was, I thought by doing that, I would do well. I kept doing questions. I wasn't scoring well. Somebody had to tap me on the shoulder and say, hey, what are you doing? You're doing it wrong, man. You're exhausting yourself and you're not seeing the results. Most of you are doing that. You're doing mixed, you're doing timed, expecting results. And you get upset, you get cry a little bit, you get sad. I get it. Tough love. I want to get you tough so you don't have to cry ever again. You get upset. You're like, man, all this time and money and I'm scoring low. It's because you know what you're all doing? Most of you. You're going to the hospital, follow me, instead of taking time to see internal medicine, pediatrics, OB, gyns, surge like we do in hospitals, or learn microbiology, biochemistry, and so on. You all are jumping in and seeing patients from everywhere. Cardio, respiratory, this. and it's time. So you're under a time limit. And then you're like, why am I scoring 45%? That's because your foundation is poor. It's because your time management is poor. Instead of taking time and seeing cases focused, immunomicrobiochem, you're throwing yourself in the deep end saying, I'm going to go do what I do on the exam. Are you ready for it? If you are, you should be scoring 65%. If you're not, you have to ask yourself, is it because I don't know the content? Is it because I don't know how to answer questions? Is it both? Or is it because I stress under pressure? That's why with my techniques, I show you how to do it the right way. I ask you step by step how to learn. Yeah, you can't run. You have to crawl to walk to run, right? Just like medicine, basic sciences, then you do rotations, and then you go into residency. You don't go and say, all right, today I'm going to go to the hospital and I'll see 50 patients. In what? In everything. Screw it. I'm going to go see everybody. And then on top of that, you're not even spending time to review every case. So the typical student that I work with who jumps on, who reaches out to me, who fails and reaches out to me is this. Dr. Stavros, I've done NBMEs. I've passed. I did very well. I failed step 1. Ask yourselves why. I'll tell you the answer now is because NBMEs are not reflecting the actual exam. NBMEs are this long and the actual exam is this long. Second, Dr. Stavros, I did well on my blocks, but I failed step 1. Why? I know why. Because they were just doing 2-3 blocks a day of 40 questions time. Do you know how many questions you get on the exam? The exam is 8 hours a day, and then you have 7 blocks of 40. And I asked, because tough love, you did 3 blocks a day. Yes. You did well. Yeah, of course. But the test is 7. Yeah. Let me ask you, Dr. So-and-so, whoever the doctor that I was talking to, how did you feel on the exam day? I was tired. I was exhausted. I would be too. You run 5 miles a day? Yes. Every day. The marathon is 20 plus miles. So how will you run 20 if you only been training for 5? All of you are doing 3 blocks a day. If you're taking the test soon, you should be doing more. So these are the things that we do live. These are the things that I do with my students online for the one-on-one sessions. Good to see everybody. I see Jan here. Good to see you, man. I know this guy, Jan, for a long time ago. He's an amazing physician. It's a small community out here. So I'm doing my best to spread the message. And with social media, with what we have, it's important to understand what works for Dr. A might not work for Dr. B. I can tell you what works for the majority, and watching my videos, going to my YouTube, jumping on my live sessions, getting a taste of what you got to do, honestly, is what's going to make you or break you on this exam. Do you have online training courses? Of course, everything is online. Nothing is in person. As the videos that I post every day, my team posts, as the videos that we have on YouTube and social media, this is what we've been talking about, that we have live sessions twice a week, every Tuesday and Thursday. And everybody who jumps on obviously gets access to all my questions in the Q Bank. Basically, I give you everything and I show you how to use it. And you don't have to waste 6 months of your life studying, because I can promise you, the majority of people say, man, I wish I knew you earlier. Well, here I am. So be like a Dr. Sergio Benedetti. Take step 1, destroy it. Take step 2, kill it. Get into the residency you desire, because he got in. And then he went on honeymoon, relaxed with his wife, and he's coasting now before residency. His residency starts in July. Be like him, and you can easily do that. All right? So if you have any other questions, guys, please reach out. You could always ask questions anytime. Instagram, message me. Email me, jump on board. We have sessions on every Tuesday and Thursday. So I'll be there Thursday morning live, not here, but live in my online course. We'll be covering microbiology. Next week, we're covering biochemistry and so on, so on, so on. 9 full weeks of immunomicrobiochem, all the organ systems. You want to learn how to pass? I'll show you all the points. Everything you need to know, I can promise you. And there's a guarantee. If you do exactly what I show you, you got to do the work, by the way. Don't expect to come in, I'm going to teach you basic sciences. That's not my job. That's medical school's job. If you're not in medical school, then the job is to review the information. I'm showing you how to navigate, what to do so you don't waste time, because there's a world out there. I've met many doctors who got stuck on step and gave up. I do my best to get them out of that routine, but it's a shame to let one exam stop you from moving into your career. Let's pass the stupid test because it's stupid. I'm sorry, USMLE, but it's true. And then step 2 CK is you need a high score. And then the majority who work with me, I help them with the match, like I did with Dr. Sergio. Love having you. Yeah, man, Colombia was awesome. You kidding me? I need more people to get married in Colombia so we can go down more often. Or if I get married one day, I'm going to get married in Colombia. Anyway, all right, guys, it was a pleasure seeing you all here. I will be here throughout the week. You will get notified via social media, and love to see you guys on my live sessions. Love to see you guys use my QBank videos. See, I get pleasure when I see people and I hear people telling me, because of your videos, I passed. Because of your videos, I overcame step one. Don't let step one get you. It's getting a lot of people. Because I went to pass or fail, people underestimated it. Medical schools in the States are suffering, unfortunately. Caribbean schools are suffering. I'm helping them out. A lot of live courses, heads up. Lately, they're getting the label scam. So I would suggest as a friend to look online before you invest thousands of dollars. Take the time to really see what these courses are about. If you need content, sure. If you need to go in person, no problem. Check the reviews, because it's a lot of money, right? I mean, I have my reviews, I have my testimonials, and fraction of the cost, $49 a month, you get everything. Listen, it's a no-brainer. All right, guys, I got to go. I got to jump on another session. I got to get ready for my flight to New York. Have an amazing day. I will see you here throughout the week. And for those of you who do follow me, who are in my live sessions, I will see you Thursday morning, 8 a.m. Reach out to me if you're not part of the system. Get on board. We have the online community. We have everything available. If you don't want to work with me in that angle, give me an hour. I'll show you what to do and how to overcome everything. So then you don't have to work with me privately, and then you can go on and do what you got to do. All right? Be safe, stay safe, and I will see you all soon on social media. Ciao, everybody. Ciao.